Hey guys, welcome back to Core Academy. In this series of video, we are going to learn CUDA programming. For this, you need a Nvidia GPU. You can either have a laptop with a Nvidia GPU or a PC with a Nvidia GPU. The other software requirements are you need a CUDA runtime library and nvcc compiler. So when you have this ready, you can basically check nvcc dash dash version and you should get output something similar to this CUDA compiler driver. You can either have a earlier version or a very recent latest and update greatest version. Anything works as long as you have a CUDA compiler driver, that is good to go. Okay, so in this video we are going to write a hello world program that runs on the Nvidia GPU. So the file name should end with the .cu extension, just like your C program ends with the .c extension and the C++ program ends with the .cpp extension. So you can use a mixture of C and C++ statements in the CUDA program. So I'm going to basically include has include IO stream to get all the std, cout, and other C++ APIs. For the CUDA APIs, we'll have to add has include CUDA runtime.h, and a GPU kernel is defined by a global keyword underscore underscore global underscore underscore. I'm not going to return any value from this function, so I'm just typing void. And since it's a hello world program, I'm just going to name it as a hello world kernel. Any piece of code that runs on the GPU is called kernel. I'm just going to print a hello world from the GPU. Hello world from GPU. Okay, so just like your C and C++ program, this also need to have a main function. So I'm going to print a hello world from the CPU. So the main function will be executed on the CPU. And now we are going to launch the kernel from the CPU. A GPU kernel cannot be launched on its own, or we cannot execute everything directly on the GPU. You need a CPU to load the kernel onto the GPU and execute on the GPU. Okay, so just like the way you call a C function or C++ function, call using the function name, the only difference being you need to use three angle brackets here, and then we'll go over the detail of what those two numbers are. For now, just use 1 comma 1. In the upcoming videos, I will explain what these two numbers are, how it plays a major role, and how you can use these two numbers effectively in order to get parallel computing using GPU. Okay, so since it's a int main, I'm just going to return 0 from this function. Let's go and compile. Okay, so the way to compile is nvcc helloworld.cu. Okay, as soon as you hit enter, it will create a file called a.out. Okay, so you got a.out, and you can run that just like the way you execute C and C++ program. So here you got the output from CPU, but you didn't get the output from GPU. Okay, so we'll understand why this happens. So let's open the file helloworld.cu. Now what happens is this particular line launches the kernel on the GPU, but as soon as it launches the GPU, it gets the control back, and there's nothing to execute on the CPU. Okay, so the CPU completes its execution before the GPU executes this kernel. Okay, so now we are going to introduce a synchronization point to wait for the GPU to complete its operation. Okay, so to complete the operation launched by the CPU. So in order to do that, we will be using a function called CUDA device synchronize. This is the function that's actually coming from the CUDA underscore runtime.h. So and also in order to use the underscore underscore global, you will have to use you will have to include CUDA runtime.h. Now let's go and compile this program hello world.cu. Let's run now. You can see the output from both CPU and GPU. So hello world from CPU, and there is also hello world from GPU. Okay, now there is just like the way you actually give the output file name using the GCC compiler, you can also give the output file name in the nvcc compiler. Okay, so nvcc helloworld.cu dash o and hello world. Now it will create the output in the hello world file name. Okay, so execute hello world is basically an executable. Now we can execute this program using dot slash hello world. Okay, so if you like this video, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends. So we are going to learn CUDA programming in this series of video and also enter the AI world. So till I record the next video, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys.